Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Better You podcast. I'm Patricia here, and today I have a very special guest, Juhi.
Hi.
Hi, Juhi.
Hello.
Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Juhi and I'm her physiotherapist. So I'm a physiotherapist and I've been living in the UK since 4 years and I'm 29 years old and I don't look my age. and Nothing interesting about me. I do food blogging. I used to do food blogging. I take pictures. I like taking pictures and I like making videos and editing them. That's more my thing. And what else? I am from India. I come from Delhi and I was born and brought up there. And I've been working as a physiotherapist in this country since 4 years. That's about me.
Great, thanks. I'm really honored to have Juhi on the podcast today because we're going to talk a very interesting topic. We have something in common, which is we are solo travelers ourselves. So I was like, why not Juhi to have her on a podcast and talk about the ugly truths of solo traveling? All right. Are you excited and looking forward to?
Yes, I'm looking forward to it.
Great. Okay. So I think we can maybe start small and begin with what motivated you to start to solo travel and how many trips have you done so far yourself now?
I think the idea of solo traveling started more from the mix of frustration and also curiosity. The idea of depending on somebody else and doing the things I like and not having the independence. Not that I don't enjoy socializing or being around people and traveling with them, but solo traveling is in itself a very nice way to know yourself and also
100%.
to see what you like doing and what you are as a person. So for me, I wanted to solo travel just to figure out what I like and what I don't like and how I am as a person, and also came out of a place of frustration. I've seen so many trips being cancelled and not being able to go to a place I've been really wanting to see. So that's how I started solo traveling. I haven't done quite a lot, but I've had my fair share of solo traveling. Like I went around a little bit of Europe, just like Joey did in France. He was backpacking in Spain. I was backpacking in Europe, and it was fun. I had a great time. So I went to Paris, very common places like Paris and Brussels, Amsterdam, Germany. I went to Cologne in Germany and then to Switzerland. I was in Zurich, and they were like, Zurich was the most beautiful city I've been across. And also I went to US, if that counts.
Okay, interesting. For me, I think I agree a lot with you. I think it was also for a similar reason. And I also just wanted to know more about myself, and I do definitely resonate because I learned more about myself through the solo trips, and like getting to spend time alone, you really sit through with yourself and know what you like and what you don't like. And it's also a trip to maybe just discover more yourself and recover from whatever, life is busy and stuff. I've done 3 solo trips as of now. I started Edinburgh and then I went internationally to Amsterdam. And I recently got back to Venice, which I need to unpack a lot of things.
Oh my God.
Has happened on that trip.
I was also supposed to go to Italy, but my visa got rejected.
Yeah.
If you come from third world countries, you would know the pain of visas and the rejection it comes with. That's something, it's a very hard process. First, you need to collect all the documents, and it's such a lengthy process and it's expensive as well. And not that I don't have a history of traveling, but still there are times when the visa officer would not be convinced with your documents or your reason of solo traveling or your reason of traveling, and they would just reject it. So I couldn't go to Italy this year, which I really wanted to do, but I'm going to try again.
Yeah, I remember you sharing with me, what a hassle. I really do hope you go to Italy in the near future. I really hope you can get this sorted out.
Yeah, how was your experience?
We'll get to that very soon. Okay, actually, that flows well with the next question.
Okay.
Favorite and worst memory of solo trip?
Okay. My favorite memory of solo trip was when I was in Paris. It
Mm-hmm.
was the first country I was going to, and I was in Paris. And you know how they say Eiffel Tower is one of the wonders of the world, and I really wanted to see it sparkle.
Mm,
That was like, I know it sounds very like cliche, like, oh, you are talking about sparkling Eiffel Tower, what's so nice about it? But me as a person who was just 20-year-old, who hasn't seen a lot of world and gets to see Eiffel Tower being like all sparkly. That
mm,
was something, such a joyous moment for me, because that was me tasting freedom for the first time, and what it likes to see something so nice that you've never seen or only seen in movies.
mm.
And getting to see something like that in front of you was like really a very nice memory for me, because I was so happy and joyous at that moment. And I was like, oh my God, wow, I'm doing this. I'm actually doing this. And I'm actually getting to see it, coming from India, and how difficult it is for women to even step out and just go out. Me going out of my country and to another continent and getting to see something like that was something that very nice way of seeing something outside of my comfort zone, and
Yes.
that was very joyous for me.
Mm-hmm.
I would say the worst. I have never come across anything worst in my solo traveling thing or anything like that. I've never come across people who are not nice or friendly. Um, I think the only worst thing I can say is I've never got to visit a country because of the visa rejection. That's the worst I've had. Said that, I would not say that I've traveled so much that I would have a collective experience of good and bad stuff.
Mm.
I would say most of them have been really good, but bad is something I haven't come across anything like that.
Lucky you.
I am lucky.
I really hope that stays.
That stays, yeah.
Right.
How about
Touch wood.
you?
Right. So for me, favorite memory would be making friends at the dorm.
Oh yeah, that's true. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh no, that's fine. That's totally fine. Because I think in my latest trip, I just came back from Venice, Italy. I made some great friends there. We've kept contact on Instagram. But I think it's just really interesting. We were bonding over how hot the dorm was,
Oh my God.
which I'll get into it. It's not the worst memories, just to let you know.
Yeah, that's
On the
amazing.
trip,
Yeah.
there was worse.
There was worse.
But the dorm was so hot, and can I just say, when I went into that Venice dorm, I just wanted to get away from it because it was so dirty. It had only one shower for 12 beds. Can you imagine?
Oh my God. So when we were booking, did you see that?
To be fair, like they didn't really show pictures.
Okay.
And I think that
That-
should have been a red flag. And I'm pretty sure I checked the reviews, but no one really said anything. But it's only when I was there and I was like, okay, 30 euros a night, that makes a lot of sense.
So
You
that
know?
was your worst thing, that 12 people bathing in the same shower.
No,
not at
not
the
the
same
worst.
time though.
Not the worst memory. Not at the same time. No, thank God. Thank God we had a lock at the toilet door.
And some ethics and human.
I know, right? Favorite memory, probably that. Made some great friends. Worst memory, I injured myself on my last day at Venice.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I injured my head.
You injured your head?
I injured my head.
How did you do that?
So the driver was really nice.
Which driver? Bus driver? Or
The bus driver, because for
Okay.
Venice, they operate over water, the
Okay.
transport, right? So
Okay.
to get to the airport, I had to take a bus back.
Okay.
And the driver didn't want to help the passengers with their luggages.
Okay.
So obviously, I was solo traveling. I had to do it all myself.
Yeah.
But when I was putting the luggage, at the bottom of the bus, I forgot it was low.
Okay.
And there's like steel,
Oh.
the roof.
Okay.
So I'm
You
quite
bumped your head.
I'm quite petite myself. That's the last thing I expected on my last day. Whatever has happened in that trip.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've injured myself, and when I came back, I had to go to the emergency
Yeah.
to just check it out. But
Everything was fine.
oh, it's fine. Yeah. But probably my worst memory of that trip,
Was the driver not being helpful?
not
and
helpful.
you-
Even,
and then you hit your head.
I hit my head. So basically, when I first put my luggage, he wasn't helping anyone. We reached the airport. I was giving him time to help us. I was just standing there. He just didn't bother, you know?
Didn't bother?
He didn't bother.
Where
He
was
just,
his chivalry?
I don't know. He's probably had a bad day.
Probably. Yeah. We can give the benefit of doubt.
I know.
He might be having a bad day. Or maybe men acting like not men.
I guess.
Yes.
I guess.
It's a universal thing. Epidemic.
Right. So, next question would be, I think a lot of our female listeners would like to know about this because we are both female solo travelers. How do you protect your safety? From creepy strangers or, even scams.
Yeah, that's a nice thing.
Mm.
Usually I do not hesitate to lie, as simple as that. If somebody comes up to me and, how do you have this gut feeling?
Yes.
That you just know from an instinct or from a little bit of conversation how the intentions are good or not. Like, so with me, I just lie straight up. I would just say, oh, yeah, I'm here with a partner. He's just going there, getting a snack. Oh, yeah, I'm just meeting my friends at the hotel. I was just here just for a little bit of stroll. I'm just going to go and see my friends back. And so I just lie to them. There have been instances where there have been creepy people. But luckily enough, they have not lingered enough with me, long enough with me that I would feel scared enough. But it's just like, be it solo traveling or not, I've experienced it so many times in India. I would say it's not like India is not safe or anything, but it's just like I'm used to it. So I do not hesitate to lie. When I know, I just lie. I just tell them, yeah, I'm here with my friends or my partner is around. How about you? What do you do?
Do you know what? I don't even lie. I just walk away. I just ignore them. It has worked so far.
You just walk away?
I just walk.
I don't think so I can do that. I'm like a little polite person. I just feel bad. Maybe the person's intention is nice. You just do not know. I just tell them, I'm just here with a partner. Something like that. It's just not a thing.
You know what? I'm a very nice person when it comes to like friends and stuff, but I think with strangers I just try to put a wall, and I think I'm just scared.
With me you were fine when we met.
Yeah.
You were very chirpy, very open. You were talking to me quite a lot, but I guess we met in a very different setting. So that's the thing. And I'm also a girl.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say that.
But me as a person, I'm very friendly. But if I don't want to be in trouble or danger, I would just lie. That simple as that. So I would talk, but I would just lie.
Okay.
And then when you're in the conversation, you just come across something like that, you just feel the person is right. You don't mind meeting them again. So there was this one instance I heard of this girl. She was in Sri Lanka and she met this guy who's very nice, very interesting, helped her all along her 4-day trip over there. And at the end of the trip, he just stole her phone and her camera, which she had all her recorded stuff that she was traveling there for. And he just stole everything from her. So I just heard that story and I'm just like, okay, not everyone, but still someone.
Yeah, I know, but it's so unfortunate.
But I think you do the right thing.
Yeah.
You don't even give them a benefit of doubt. They can be nice or
exactly.
not. You just walk away.
Yeah, I have 2 things I want to comment on this. So I think when you said about lie, that makes a lot of sense why I don't even want to answer them, because I'm so bad at lying. I just don't like to lie.
Yeah.
Probably that. But maybe it's just to the stranger, it might come off as I'm being rude or what. But it's just, that's how I feel I'm most comfortable, which is fine. The second thing is just, oh my God, about that case.
Yeah, I know, right?
How are we going to trust people now? Like, 4 days with that person and you've probably built some kind of friendship.
Yeah.
Not relationship, friendship, maybe at least. Yeah, I'll be
that's
so
sad.
devastated. Yeah.
She was so sad and he just stole her belongings. But somehow she did get hold of her phone. She complained and she did get hold of her phone, but her camera and her video recorder and everything that guy stole. And that was like, I was like, oh my God.
I know.
That's so bad. But to be very honest, you just never know with locals who they are, their culture. You're not familiar with their culture and everything. So you might think of them as them being nice. But if you're not born and brought up there, you would just never understand what their intentions are or why they're doing what they're doing. You just never know with people. Be it a man or a woman, I would say. Anybody can con you. It's as simple as that.
Honestly, true.
Yeah.
Because like, let's say we feel safer with women, but they can also be our biggest enemy. You never know.
You just never know.
Yeah.
It's just fend for yourself. I think you do right by not engaging. But I just say, I engage, but I just do not give them the opportunity to just be with me as well. So I would not even meet them or do anything.
Yeah.
But one of my friends, she was also solo traveling to Australia. Not solo traveling, she was there with her sister, but she was going out making friends. And then she made friends through this Facebook group of people who are in Australia by themselves and they want to make friends. And she just met this girl and she told me about how crazy that girl went at night. She went super crazy and clearly made sense why she was from Australia though. I don't know why she was looking for friends on that group. Because that group was basically for people who are not Australians and are traveling in Australia and are in like Melbourne. I guess she was in Melbourne, yeah. And are in Melbourne and they want to hang out. Hang out afterwards. So she met that girl and she's Australian, but apparently she turned out to be crazy. Like she was mentally exhausting in a way. So it just, if they can't harm you financially or physically, they can also harm you mentally.
That's the worst for me.
Yeah. So with solo traveling or with any sort of traveling, you can come across something bad. Luckily for me, I've been lucky enough. To be very honest.
Very lucky.
I've been lucky.
Okay. This one is quite personal to me.
Okay.
Because in a few instances, I would feel some sort of way during solo trips, like loneliness and sort. So I think I have a question about, have you ever longed to share a moment with someone and realize like, oh, there's no one there to share this memory with?
I guess not like romantically I've longed for someone to be there with me, because I don't know why I've been single for such a long time that I do not think someone should be there. But when I'm going out and traveling and I do feel like, oh, my mom should have been here with me. Oh, my sister should have been here with me. Oh, I see people getting their dogs on the trip and I'm like, why can't I get my dogs here with me? So that is something I long. Of course, I do long for, so like as humans, we are social animals. So we do long that connection. So not romantically, but yes, I have longed for my mom or my sister or my dogs to be there with me on my family trip or like on my trip, and I wanted them to also see things I'm getting to see, because if it's not for them, I would not have been doing all of this. Part of my solo travels, I say I'm solo traveling, has been like sponsored by my mom. She's helped me book flights and give me money I can go and travel the world. So she does that all for me, but I just feel like, oh, I wish she was also here with me. She should have also done this with me. So that's something I have longed for. How about you?
That's a very nice way of putting it. Yeah, because I'm a family person.
Not because she financially has.
I was gonna joke and say like, is it because of that?
No, not because of that. It's just like I'm very close to my family, my sister and my mom and my dogs, that I do want them to be with me when I'm going out and seeing stuff. It's not their hobby or not their thing that I want to do it, but it's something like I would have want to share with them. So whenever I travel with them, I'm happy as well. It's not like a nightmare for me. But yeah, I have longed for them in my solo trip, especially when I was in Switzerland. It's such a nice country. It's so pretty. And I so wanted my mom to see it with me, because she, as a person, is also very curious lady. She just wants to know everything and everything. And she's done her fair share of traveling, but in India. She's traveled in India quite a lot. And while I was there, and when I was going there, she was telling me, Switzerland is very pretty. And when I reached there and I actually found it so pretty, and I was like, oh, I wish my mom could be here and see it for herself as well, like how pretty the city is. And I so wish, like, when she's going to come and visit me here in London, we're going to plan a trip to Switzerland. The first thing I'm going to do is take her to Switzerland.
Oh. Do you know what? I visited Switzerland some time back, I think 2016. And at that time, I was like, I want to retire here. This is going to be my retirement place. I'm going to work very hard. I'm going to make a lot of money. This is my place after that.
This is your place.
This is so beautiful.
It's so beautiful.
But
it's
expensive.
So cool. Very expensive. expensive, very
yeah.
expensive, but it's so beautiful. I guess it's expensive for the people who are traveling there, but not expensive for the people who live there, because I guess they're earning that type of money as well. It's not like UK, you're not earning and also expensive.
Oh, the tax is bad. I'm not too sure about the Swiss tax.
Like I have heard like people telling me who were looking to move there and working to live there, and we had the similar type of conversation where I was telling them, yeah, it's very expensive though, but they were talking about like how it is not expensive for the locals over there if you are like in a good pay and things like that. Not like, of course, if you're in good pay, you can live comfortably anywhere. But
Yes.
for Switzerland people, they are comfortable. They are not doing bad for themselves. So I once went on a date with a guy who is half Italian, half Swiss.
Ooh.
And I was like, which is better? And then he was like, yeah, Switzerland is expensive, but if you are living there and are a national of there and you're earning in their currency, then it's fine.
Okay.
But they don't pay the expats or like immigrants that much. They pay locals more.
A lot more. Okay. We never know. We might be neighbors in the future. Switzerland.
Yes. So we can be.
Okay. For me, I think it's because my group of friends is very small, and then I've also tried to schedule like trips with them, and people are just busy and all. In a lot of cases, I've been quite sad, with the outcome.
Yeah.
So I also decided to do solo trips. But I wouldn't lie that when I'm on that trip, I wish there was somebody with me to enjoy the moment and help me take pictures, I think that's one of the most difficult thing, because it's like, I'm not scared to talk to strangers, but there's two things. One is I don't trust people enough to not take my phone away.
Yeah.
One. Second is just, I think as I'm the type that I don't really like to ask for help. I struggle to ask for help because I feel shy, like I'm embarrassed to, can you help me? Can you help me that? So I do a lot of times, it's a bit like,
thank God. Like for me, I don't mind asking for somebody to take my pictures, but the thing is, I'm never satisfied with 1 or 2 pictures, and they would never take the picture like the way I would want them to. Like I would want them to take it in a certain angle, but then they would just take 1 photo and that's it. That's something I do not like. Like at least take 2-3 photos from different angles. But of course they don't owe me anything.
Yeah.
So that's a struggle. But what I do is I basically find a place where I can put my phone if I don't have my tripod. Usually I do not have my tripod with me. But I would usually find a place where I can stick my phone and then I'll take a picture over there. Or I would just take like a selfie. That's enough. I'm not a travel blogger that I have to have like good shots. Right. It's just a photo that I take for memory. So I would ask somebody to take a picture of me. They would take 1-2 photos and then it would be fine by me. It's like fine, even if they don't turn out to be nice. It's for my memory. When I'm 80, if I get to be 80, I can see at that.
I think we'll be lucky to be 80 in this day and age now.
Seriously,
the lifestyle.
You just take photos for memories. Of course, Instagram is such a big part of our lives, but like selfie has to do when you're solo traveling.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't really. I take a lot of selfies, but it's also when I look back, it's just all selfies. So
that's true.
Maybe that tip of yours, like putting in a tripod. But I'm just scared. Like, isn't it risky, like just putting it at a certain place? You're not scared of people taking it away in public?
No, not too bad. It's like I'm like very like aware of my surroundings, so I would just put it in a way where I would take just few photos quick, and I would just take it. Of course, if something has to happen, it will happen. You can't stop that from happening. If somebody has to snatch the phone away, they can take it from my hand as well. What's stopping them?
That's true.
So keeping it somewhere, it's fine. But usually what I have seen is like when I'm going out, there's not a lot of crowd as well. Like lucky to be enough that it's not very crowded, except for like that Eiffel Tower thing that happened when it's sparkling. At every hour it's very crowded. But then everybody's so busy looking at it. I don't think so. And also one thing I do is I just surround myself with people who are with their families or something like that.
Yes.
And I just try to just like, I'm not barging into their space or anything, but it makes the other person think like, oh, I'm with them. So I just keep my phone around very close to them where they are standing or looking or like are around. And then I would just take the pictures that way. That way it looks like,
yeah,
okay,
that's
I'm
a great
with
tip. Okay. Next one. Not sure whether you have it. Have you ever had a breakdown episode while solo traveling? Where and why?
I haven't had any breakdown episodes, to be very honest. I've always had fun. One time I was in Brussels. No, not Brussels, Antwerp, which is like a small town in Belgium. And it's like the diamond capital of the country. But yeah, I was there and I wanted to go to a club. So it was like around 1:11 or no, 12 or 1 o'clock. And I saw this club and I just went inside and it was a strip club. And there was this lady on a pole hanging upside down, all her clothes not being there. I was like, what did I just see? And I was just like 20 at that time. I was like, what am I seeing? It's just like too much for me. And the moment I stepped in, I saw her being upside down naked. I just turned around and I just left. But never had like any breakdowns. I've had like my share of personal breakdowns, not because of the mishaps in traveling, but just personally, I was sad. I've had a breakdown too much. But sometimes I think you need that. So maybe that I needed that thing to cry. So I cried it out.
Okay.
How about you?
For me, definitely on my Venice trip. I think the first 2 solo trips went well. But the Venice one, it wasn't the day where I hit my head. It's actually the day before. I went there 3 days. But as you know, like I started off not very good experience with the dorm. And I forgot to add, it was raining for 2 days. So my whole trip started in Venice, which is water, raining, and then navigating everything alone. There was the second day, some things happened. I lost my scarf. I bought that scarf to tie on my hair. I spent like 20 euros, but it happened to be another 20 euros because I lost it. Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then the breakdown moment happened when I was having gelato and it dripped on my pants. That was still fine. Because I was like, I can clean it up.
Crying because the gelato is so good.
Yeah, maybe that.
Why is my days not going?
I know, right?
Like this gelato.
I know. But few moments later, I was trying to grab a tissue from my pocket because of the gelato. Went into my pocket. It was a branded coat, by the way.
Okay.
Took my hand out. It was all pink. Guess what happened, Juhi? Do you want to guess?
No.
Lip gloss flowed. The cap, the cap. I didn't. Looks like I didn't close it properly and put it back into my pocket. So I was already trying to get a tissue. I was still staying calm, but then when I saw that, I was like, no, that was really the moment where I was really breaking down because, saw that, trying to grab more tissues are running out. And then in Venice, the toilet is like very far away. Like you can't really find a toilet. You have to go to like some place.
Okay.
And I was like, But yeah, I managed to pull it through, but wipe some tears. Yeah, I had to do it. Yeah.
You had a good cry. That's all right.
Really learned a lot, honestly.
Yeah, you can't hit yourself, so all you can do is cry.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, I'm also clumsy. But luckily, I have never had like mishaps in solo travels or like breakdowns in solo travels. I've always had it in groups, not because of my friends or anything. Like things are not going the way we would want them to. And we've had like our own share of mishaps around when group travels, but never in solo traveling. I guess because I'm very like attentive when I'm alone, and I'm just like, what do you say? I'm just like a guard dog.
Overcautious, yeah.
Yeah, very cautious. Yeah. I'm just like, no, nothing wrong can happen. So it hasn't happened. To be very honest, I haven't done too much of solo traveling as well. Okay. So I would say I should not come across anything like that.
Should not.
That I have to have a breakdown. But if it happens, now I know. Thank you for telling me.
But I think I want my listeners to know, like, I've learned through this like solo trip experience, the one Venice, that I was just really proud of myself because there was a lot of things that were happening during the trip, but even at that breakdown moment, I didn't really like cry and just like let myself cry and be stranded. That I try to think of other ways to, find a solution. Yeah. And I still managed to get away from the trip, even though I injured myself. So I was really proud. And I realized the biggest lesson that I've learned is I'm so much more capable than I think, to
Yes.
do all this. Yeah.
It just gets you strong.
Yeah, for sure.
That if you can survive that, you can survive anything.
Yeah.
If not anything, you can survive.
You can survive.
Even if you feel like you can't. These are kind of good lessons from
Good
solo
lesson.
traveling.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. In terms of a solo traveler type, would you say you are more of the planner? Like you need to have your schedule or plan for your solo trip, or are you like spontaneous, like the night before you book a trip, like book the hotel, book the flight, you're fine. You just go on the trip kind.
No. I'm a hybrid basically.
Oh, that's a good balance.
Like I would plan my trip, like what I'm supposed to do on which day, visas, okay. But if I'm like traveling in even in the Europe, or like say, even in the UK, if I'm going to Scotland or like anywhere in Kent, I would plan it a day before maybe, or like maybe I will start thinking during that week, like okay, I think I should do this week. Maybe I should do it some next week. So I would just plan everything so that I know that I have a place to sleep. I'm not that adventurous. I like doing adventurous stuff. Like be it when it comes to sports, I can do like adventurous sports, but when it comes to life, that's like contraindicating. But I do not like when it comes to sleeping, where I'm gonna sleep. I don't want to be on the streets.
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
Literally, that's stupid. So I would plan my like travel, my hotels, and where I want to go. But if the day takes me along somewhere else nice, I would go with the flow on that day. But I would know that I've planned an itinerary. But even if, like, suppose if I have to go and climb a cliff, then and then after that I have to do something else. So maybe I'll just enjoy the cliff for quite a long time, that I would just cancel the next thing on the list.
In the list.
Because it's going with the flow. So planned and spontaneous.
Yeah.
How about you?
I think I'm like you, but more towards planner. I'm not gonna lie. The Venice trip, because I was working also, right? I'm working. I stayed up until 3 a.m. for like a few days to write my itinerary. That's probably a bit too much. But do you know what? And that was like a month away. But I think it was me coming from a place where Venice, I knew it was going to be very busy. And I did see like I had to buy like tickets to go into some places, and they were running out. Spot. But I think in that kind of sense, I was a planner. But spontaneous, like, I resonate with what you said, because when I think back about I think it was Edinburgh trip, my first trip.
Yeah.
Never had any experience like traveling alone before. I reached on the day, had in my planner where I wanted to visit this place for brunch to try their local food. When they told me this, oh, we only serve it for breakfast and it ends at 8. The dish that you want to try, you will need to come back tomorrow.
Oh, really?
And I walked 30 minutes to that place from the train station.
Oh, God.
Excited.
Was it
yeah. But you know, it's like from that point, it's a learning experience, right? Because if I've not been through what I went, I wouldn't know, like, I had to move things around, and it's fine to move things around.
Yeah.
So, so some things that was meant for tomorrow's breakfast timing, I moved those plans ahead. And then I managed to get haggis the next day. Yeah.
Okay, no, I'm like, I can be more spontaneous than you.
Wow.
I would know that, okay, on this day I would see this, on this day I would see this, on this day I would see this. Okay. And then if I come across something nice and new, then I would do that too.
Oh.
But then I remember, but that was not a solo trip. I was there with my friends. I was in Edinburgh and I went there with my friends from school. And then when we reached there, we wanted to see the castle. That's like very famous there. But we were like, okay, fine, we'll go and see the castle. Stupid us didn't see that we have to book in advance or anything. And there were no bookings available for the next 4 days. And I was like, we're leaving in the next 2 days. There's nothing available for the next 4 days. So we couldn't get to see inside the castle. We couldn't get inside the castle, but we saw it from the outside when we were happy about it. And then we just strolled around the city more, which was there. So when it comes to planning, I plan like that. Oh, I have to see this. I have to see this. This day I will do this. This day I will do that. But then I would not even see into booking those places.
Okay.
Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Okay. This time I did not. To be very honest, I'm not interested into seeing inside the castles as well, so it was not a problem.
You might just get out after 5 minutes anyways.
I'm like, okay, no. I like museums and everything, but it's just like castles is something I did not grow up around, and it doesn't fascinate me. It's nice and romantic. I've seen it in Disney movies, but I'm like, I'm just always in all of these things. I'm like, people used to live here. I'm so poor that I do not want to feel like that. Okay. I'm like, what to see? Go where people slept? No.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I like how you said about, even though you guys couldn't go into the castle, you guys were still happy. I can kind of see myself in that when during my solo trips. Like, let's say plans weren't going my way, I let things go. Yeah. Like, it's fine, and I'm, you know,
can't control it.
Exactly.
It's like, I always think of like problems as good and bad. If it has a solution, it's a good problem. If it doesn't have a solution, it's a bad problem. Most of the time. So it was a good problem. The problem being good was like, okay, fine, we can't see it, but at least we're on the outside of it, and it's fine. Next time we'll just be a little careful and we'll book in advance. So that's a good problem.
Lesson learned.
It has a solution.
Lesson learned.
Next time.
Thank God it's Edinburgh, so we can always just go back from here. It's not too far.
Yeah. And then Scotland, like Edinburgh is also known for whiskies, and we wanted to do a whiskey tour, and none of the tours were available. It was a very busy weekend as well. We were there on Christmas weekend. So it was very busy.
Not the best
time. Not the best time. So we couldn't do the whiskey thing. We couldn't do the castle thing. So we just were going outside these places and just standing and looking and then just taking pictures and then coming.
It's like window shopping, you know?
Yeah. We are just having window experiences.
Window experiences. Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay, so I think if you could sum, your experience, what does solo traveling mean to you, and something you've learned about yourself?
Yeah, just like we were discussing.
We were discussing actually,
Like it just teaches you how resilient you are, and you can get out of anything that you would want to. It just tells you like you have the strength to do stuff that you would not even imagine sitting at your bed. Like you would not even think until you're put through something hard or difficult, you would never know about it. So I guess solo traveling does tell you that. Like to be very honest, for me, coming to a very new country is also solo traveling. It's something like so scary when you just move out of your comfort place where you've just lived 25, 30 years of your life. You've grown up learning that culture. You have that in you, and then you just leave everything and just move somewhere else, and then you have to learn and move around and
navigate,
make friends and do everything that you have built from scratch at back home, and you have to do it all over again. So for me, being in this country has been a very like a different type of experience where I've come across so many hard stuff in my life, and had it not been for my friends, I don't think so I would have known. They have helped me quite a lot, to be very honest, but that also told me that yes, I can also survive things. If things are being thrown my way, I can do it. It's not gonna be like the end of the world.
Yeah,
that's it. So how about you? Did you learn anything?
Whatever you just said, there's so many things that I want to unpack and I resonate. I think firstly, to answer the question, what does solo traveling mean to me, is a comfort space. It's like my safe space, to step away from my reality and just fine tune with myself. If I need to do any healing, if I need to do any, slow things down.
Yeah.
Solo traveling has been that for me. And because for the past 1 year, it's a healing period for me. Yeah. I just got out from a breakup, and actually I've always dreamt to visit Italy with my significant other.
Yeah.
Like while growing up, I always wanted to, go there. But look where I've came. I went there alone.
With your own significant other.
Which is me.
Which is you, which is nice.
Which is nice. And I went through so much in that trip, which I did not expect. but I came out, so much more resilient, so much more about, I think I was able to regulate my emotions,
Yeah.
stayed calm. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I could ever get,
Yeah.
throughout my life.
Solo
Interesting.
travel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solo traveling. I really encourage people to do that.
It's nice. It has its kings, but it's more pro than more cons, I would say. Like, it's like more better. I would say that it has more good things to come out of it more than bad stuff. The good things are like, even if you go through bad stuff, it tells you what you are made of and how you can come out of it. And maybe it makes a story.
Yeah, for sure. That leads us to the last question. Advice to new solo travelers. I actually get that a lot. Like my friends have been asking me like what kind of advice, especially for those who are afraid to start solo traveling. And maybe we could do that first. And the last bit is top 3 must bring items to survive a solo trip. So the first one would be advice to new solo travelers.
I think you should just go.
Just do it.
Just do it and just see the world from your own point of view, from your own freedom. And I would say start maybe going for a brunch on a weekend. Start very small and then start doing like a day trip and then a weekend getaway with yourself, and then maybe try going for a big country. Maybe that's something you can do. Not that you can't go to a country directly, you can. But if you're scared or timid about the fact that, I'm not a person like that, I would say just start very small, maybe from a brunch and then day trip to a weekend getaway to a country.
That's very good advice. Very good. Because I've also advised similarly to my friends. For my first solo trip, I really wanted to make sure I was comfortable first locally before I go overseas. Because there's just so many extra things that you have to go through, like taking a plane to go to another country, like overseas. So I started with Edinburgh first, but I think the brunch one as like a small stepping stone is really good. Yeah, a day trip.
Just go for a movie, for a brunch, for a dinner, anything you can do. And then that's how you just start and get into it.
Yeah, for sure.
And otherwise, people who are not timid and not scared, just do it and you'll know what you're not, you'll know what you're missing. And it's amazing. You would just recognize the freedom it comes. Not that group travels are not fun. They're fun on their own ways. But solo traveling is amazing. You're not answerable to anything.
Oh, honestly. It's like
your itinerary, you're not answerable to that.
Yes, it's a different experience and you have, you don't feel pressured to satisfy other people's needs. And if things, let's say you wake up a bit later, you just have yourself, you just can move things around and it's so much peaceful.
It's so much peaceful.
There's a lot of peace.
Not that in a group you can't have your own freedom. You can have it. It's still fine, but it's just like solo is like you're not answerable to anyone and you're just not in your mind thinking, they might be having fun or they might be doing this or that, and then they come back and tell your own experiences. Others are like, you're best in oblivion.
I like the brunch thing because I love going on solo dates. I'm not sure about you. I think solo dates.
I haven't done solo dates.
Have you not?
I haven't done solo dates.
Surprised. Yeah.
Like maybe like I have gone for like coffee myself and for a walk in a park, and I've done that. To be very honest, I have done it. Like I've taken out time to go out and just walk in a park. That's like solo.
I think that's solo date in a way.
I've done it. I've taken pictures and things like that. I've done that, but not in a way that I would think of it as solo dates. Maybe like once in a while I would do it for myself, but it was never a thing for me before. Like I would always want somebody to go out when I'm going out for something.
Right.
Like be it food, be it like a park picnic or anything like that. But now I've started recently doing it. And I think I have done it a bit, 2-3 times maybe.
Oh, interesting. Because like for me, it's actually more solo dates than going with other people. I think it's also because we all come from different backgrounds. For me, it's like I've always been independent growing up myself. And then naturally, like I say, my group of friends is not very big. And people, if I ask them for like to go out to do something and then they might like not be able to make it, I still proceed because, that's what I want to do. I'll
Yeah.
just go. So yeah, I love solo dates. I think I've been enjoying it a bit too much recently. um,
I think I
yeah.
should do it. I recently had this reservation and I was supposed to go with a friend of mine, but the friend got really sick, and then the friend was like, "Oh, I can't come, I'm very sick." And I was like, okay, I've paid for it, okay, fine, if my friend is not coming, I'll also not go. And I just lost on that reservation and the money on that reservation, which was something I was thinking, why didn't I go by myself? Like, why did I want to go with a friend of mine? But I was like, maybe while growing up, I've always done things with my sister, so having somebody with me just gives me that sense of someone with me. So maybe that's why I don't do quite too much of it.
Okay.
And I think I should.
Right.
Me as a person, I do not sit by myself as well.
Oh, I think we're very different, because for me, with I've done quite a lot of inner work, like for the most of the period right now, and a lot of self-reflections.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about what my strengths are. And actually one of my strengths is that I'm not afraid to be alone, like sit alone.
Yeah.
But I won't lie, during if I'm having that monthly period where I'm so emotional, like the period and stuff, I do get like emotion. I wish someone was there, like, but most of the time I'm okay. Like, you can always see me like at a restaurant after work, just sitting alone and I'm fine. Or just doing, but you know what? How we are, there's no right or wrong. Like, it's just who we are. Like, for you, it's because you grew up with your sister. That makes so much sense.
Maybe. And I've always been around people. I'm such a social butterfly, to be very honest. I do not know a life like alone. For me, it's just like people around me all the time.
We could exchange lives for one day. Do you want that?
You can do that.
Probably one is enough for both of us. You're like, we want to go back.
Yeah, that's true. We can do that. I'm such a social butterfly, to be very honest. I think I don't mind doing it by myself, though.
Okay, that's interesting. Then top 3 must bring items to survive a solo trip.
Okay, adapter, power bank.
Oh my god, that's mine on my list.
Your phone is your life. You have to have a full charged power bank all times. Even when I'm group traveling or anything, I'm that mother on your head. Have you charged your adapter? Have you charged your adapter? Because I do not care if they have batteries on their phone or not. I want battery in my phone. I need it because I'm such a take charge person. I'm always aware around what is happening. I need my phone with full battery, and I need an adapter with a full battery when I'm traveling out. So adapter for sure. And then you need digital and non-digital copies of your passport, visa, or any identity of yours. If you're traveling internationally, you need your passport and your visa, the photocopy and the digital ones, just in case you lose photocopy, it's ruined, you have on the phone, and just in case you lose your phone, you have the physical ones to show, like photocopies, not your original ones. And third one, I would say
period pads.
That's true, but I wouldn't put it in the very must category.
Must, right? Yeah, it's not a must
for me. I would say just a healthy you with a healthy mindset.
Oh, do you know what? Are you sure you're not stealing from me? Serious? Like, these are on my list. Like, I had a few more items that I was thinking, which is a must, but exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you want to hear an interesting story? So in that same Venice trip, I brought how like Europe charger heads are different. To UK. I brought that, but I didn't bring the USB for my iPhone.
Okay.
So I went back, had to charge my phone, realized I don't have a USB charger. It was the new iPhone is a different port. I was like, oh god, what do I do? And then I was thinking, that's why I like how in that solo trip I learned to find solutions, right? Think on the spot. And I have my power bank.
Yeah.
But I had to do double charging in that
Double charging, yeah.
Because I did ask my dorm friends, like we were friends at that point, and people come back a bit later. I was really asleep. But I went the long route. I had to double charge. But yeah, I found a way. And then passport, agree with that. You should have your digital with anything. Fun fact is, not during the Venice trip, but after that, when I came back, on the same day I went to the emergency room, I lost my passport in Paddington.
No.
And then next week, I was supposed to go back to Malaysia.
No.
My whole life,
So bad.
the past 1 month, it was crazy. But yeah, I've sorted all of that out. But it was quite a hectic journey, and I had to do an exam after I came back from Malaysia.
Oh God.
I don't know how I did it, but I did it. Yeah, I'm so proud.
I would never step out with my passport anywhere until I'm leaving for the flight. That's the only way. And even if I'm leaving with that, it would be in such a safe place in my purse. Like it will be inside a zip pocket.
Do you know exactly?
And
I did
that zip pocket would have nothing in it except for that passport and the tickets. So that the only moment I will open it is to give it to the passport officer at the airport.
Juhi, am I just unlucky? Because I do exactly that. And interesting, when I went to the A&E. The reason why I brought my passport is because I thought like, is A&E is different from NHS. But let me tell you this: before I stepped out of my house, there was a calling in my head, "Don't bring," from God. If I knew I was going to lose it, I would have brought it. But that happened. That's fine.
Oh, God.
Interesting.
That can happen. Yeah.
Oh.
So these are your 3 stuff.
Healthy mindset.
What's
I
the
think
third stuff?
for me, the phone. Is it phone? Yeah.
Phone.
Because Google Maps. How am I gonna Wi-Fi? Probably data roaming if you're on overseas. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's important.
Like the 3 must things should be your phone and your digital copies that tell you that who you are in a different country. And also like insurance.
Yeah, that's
like
true.
When you travel outside of your country, just have insurance with you because it's important. Not anything bad happens. You're not covering from your own pocket.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, interesting. Oh, okay. Thank you, Juhi. Before I let you go, I just wanted to check, when is your next solo trip if you have any? Is it Italy? The same one, the visa issue thing?
I want to travel. Yes, I would apply for a visa. Once I get a visa, I would not mind it. But to be very honest, the problem with me is such a long problem. Every other person who comes from a place where they need visa to go to any country in this world would relate so much with me that when we apply for visa for Schengen countries are basically European countries. So when we apply to travel somewhere in Europe, we would apply through a country, and that country would give us a visa for all the European countries. So we can travel from that. But sometimes the visa comes for like one visit. It's just one entry. So you can go to any country in Europe, but it would be just one entry.
How annoying.
You cannot. Sometimes they would just give you, like, most of the time for me, it has always happened. I've got multiple entries, but the first time I traveled, I got multiple entries. But that was like for like a month. So if I ever get a visa for more than 3 months, I would go anywhere.
You go everywhere.
Wherever the flight is cheap, I'll just be there. But to be honest, I've since this rejection thing, and even before that, there are so many countries that I can travel without visa, but they're in Asia. And it's too expensive.
It's too expensive. The flight there.
The flights are too expensive. The countries are not expensive, but the flights are too expensive to be there. So over in Europe, I'm not sure if Montenegro is in Europe. I can travel to Montenegro. I can travel to Turkey without a visa. And I can even travel for Turkey, I would need an e-visa. But I can apply for a day before that. It's £50. And then I would get it.
50?
50, yeah.
Wow.
It's an e-visa. You show them that digital thing and they will let you in their country. And there is one more, Azerbaijan, I guess. Okay. That's another country that I can travel to without visa.
Okay, interesting.
But I am not interested in traveling there at the moment. Not that they're not nice countries. I'm not interested.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Anywhere where the flight is cheap, I'll be there. I'll be there.
You'll be there.
Yeah.
For me, my next solo trip, is next week.
Where are you going?
York. I'm
York.
going to York. I heard it's beautiful.
That's not.
Yeah, I heard it's
beautiful.
I heard it's beautiful.
It's
and
very beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, it's to celebrate a milestone of mine. Of being single 1 year. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Juhi. How do you find, like, I think this really like today's conversation. I think we bonded a lot, and I got to know more about the Juhi outside of my physiotherapist. How do you find the session?
It was nice. I loved it. To be very honest, I've talked about these experiences, but in very separate instances with very different people in my lives. And there have been stories about these, but it's never been like all accumulated in one podcast and I've talked about it. And I just had a good
memory reflection, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
just
like
had a
that.
good memory down the lane. So it's been a nice experience. So thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you for, coming and taking your time.
Anytime.
To all our listeners out there, please support, like, and comment. Thank you. Bye.